Okay, welcome again. Our third session on reading strategies. We're going to focus today on making connections. Let's get started. Okay, so making connections is all about asking yourself what the link is between the text that you're reading or you're watching or you're listening to, and your own experiences, linking it to other texts and linking it to the wider world around you. Doing this kind of thing helps you to understand the text a bit better, helps you to see it as being more relevant as well, because you can make connections to things that are important in your life. To get started, we're going to work on a graphic organizer. Good readers can do these connections in their heads, but first, when we're starting, having a graphic organizer that you can write onto is a helpful way to start. Let's have a go. Okay, so here is a poster about the subjects of science and humanities, things like history, geography, etc. So here on the poster, you've got science can tell you how to clone a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Humanities can tell you why that might be a bad idea. So using that text, we can make some connections to ourselves, to other texts, be it written text or visual texts, or the world around you. Let's use the graphic organizer I mentioned earlier. Okay, so here's a quick little breakdown of the graphic organizer for making connections. Right, so you've got 4 columns. The first column here is look at the features of the text. So the actions or the individuals, the events, the topics, the themes, the words, whatever is in there that kind of grabs your attention. And then you connect that to your experiences and the other things. So let's start with the features in the text that stand out to me. The idea of cloning, science and humanities, the T-Rex, and science going bad. So I can make connections with that poster to things in my own life, like the fact that I did an assignment on it in high school, on science and cloning. That my son loves T-Rexes, he just loves dinosaurs. And science going bad, that assignment I did in high school wasn't good. I can then make connections to the wider world. So things like the Industrial Revolution of the 1800s, that changed the world through science and machines. I can make a link to science going bad with it was on the news the other day, the first head transplant on a dog on the news, and potentially that could go wrong in so many ways, but it's also kind of cool. And also then connections to other texts, for example the 1978 film The Boys from Brazil, where they're trying to clone Hitler's. They didn't think that one through, did they? And also Jurassic Park, because, well, there's a T-Rex in it that eats people, so that's always entertaining, and proves that science can go wrong. So making connections. Okay, so here's another big text that you can pause in a second and have a time, take your time reading it. Do that now. Just pause it, and I'll see you on the other slide. Okay, so how did you go? It sounds like an interesting book. But did you make connections with the book and then other things in your life, the wider world, or other texts? Here's what I did. So there's mention in that passage about atrocious weather. There's a volcano that the guy lives on, and because of that he's living in that constant danger, and he's not able to do anything about it. So in my own experiences, of holidaying in Cairns, it's very hot, very humid, and it's stormy weather when we were there. So that's atrocious. And a volcano, Pompeii, destroyed a city, and Mount Vesuvius, it was a big volcano. Make connections to the wider world in terms of people living in natural disaster areas, whether it's hurricanes, earthquake fault lines, civil war. There's a lot of that going on around at the moment. And of course then other texts such as reports on the news of storms, and of course Lord of the Rings, Mount Doom. It's a great book, go read that one. But as you can see, connections are being made about that little text that helps me to understand what is going on, to visualize it, to understand it better. So to wrap up, making connections is all about asking yourself what the link is between the text and yourself, other texts, and the wider world. it helps you to gain a better understanding of what you're reading, so that it makes more sense. It's more connected and it's more relevant to you as well. So go make some connections, go read something. Have a good day.